Good day everyone, I am Marta Bishop from Vincent 1A. Today we are going to talk about the sexual response cycle. Before we proceed, let me show you a short video clip.
This is Casey, this is Alex. These two lovebirds are on a date, and because they are so in love, just looking at each other stimulates the brain into releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine, the same chemicals that are released in response to cocaine and nicotine. So what happens next is brought to you by the limbic system. That's the part of your brain that's responsible for keeping us humans alive all these years. It controls our fight or flight response, our emotions, our desire to eat. It also makes us want to reproduce, i.e. have sex, which is exactly what these two are about to do. So let's look at the first step in the process. Excitement. Casey and Alex start smooching. Their lips are packed with highly sensitive nerve endings, 100 times more than their fingertips, so even a peck sets off fireworks in their brains. Both of their nipples get hard. Blood flow increases to Casey's penis, making it stand at attention. Alex's vagina is getting in the mood too, and increased blood flow causes it to swell. At this point, their brains are suppressing the stress-causing hormone cortisol, so all those, did I lock the door, and is my presentation ready for tomorrow? All those thoughts, they are gone, bye-bye. Heart speed faster, breathing quickens, cheeks get flushed, and their bodies start producing up to 30% more immunity-boosting chemicals. So now it is go time as they enter the plateau stage. Once penetration occurs, Casey's heart rate rises to about 130 beats a minute, which is the same as if he had just climbed 2 flights of stairs. Alex's hippocampus is going bananas, as is the part of her brain associated with intense feelings. Their skin's electrical resistance increases to heightened sensitivity, and even their stomachs are at work. Gastric acid increases, which might explain why Casey kinda wants a huge sandwich once they're finished. After 3 to 10 minutes, the average sexy session time, and yeah, I know, right? 3 to 10 minutes, that's it. Both Casey and Alex's bodies are on full sensory overload. Alex's nerve and muscle tension builds up through her vagina, butt, and thighs until a single moment when all that business below the belt contracts at the same time. That means she's hit a stage 3 orgasm. These muscular contractions occur literally faster than you can blink. Alex's brain is now pumping her full of dopamine and releasing oxytocin, which some people call the love hormone. Casey is having a different experience. First, contractions force semen into the urethra. Next, the prostate gland secretes a fluid into the semen that improves the movement of Casey's little swimmers. Then the urethra, penis, and prostate gland all contract in unison to shoot the semen out of his ding dong. Casey gets such a hefty cocktail of other brain chemicals that rational thinking is actually deactivated. Among these chemicals is one that makes him really sleepy, so note to his lady friend there, if he falls asleep after the deed, it's not you, and he can't help it. All of this intense activity lasts just 15 seconds, after which they both arrive at stage 4, resolution. Their breathing and heart rate slowly return to normal. Blood is pumped away from their sexy bits. They bask in the glow of endorphins and feel-good hormones and talk about moonbeams and ice cream or whatever's on their mind at the moment, or more realistically, fueled up with that oxytocin, which is also known as the cuddling hormone. Alex tries to snuggle while Casey wants a nap and or a sandwich. But wait, we're not done. Alex and Casey were nowhere near the only ones getting busy on Earth. Some research estimates that on any given day, 120 million people are having sex. On any given day. 120 million people. That's a lot. Either way, if these two were trying to make a baby, then Alex's body has to take it from there, and, well, that's a whole other story.
So the video shows about the sexual response cycle. So let's proceed. Human sexuality is the expression of sexual sensation and related intimacy between human beings. So, of course, sexuality is aroused between two human beings, not only for human but also to the animals, in order to build love and a family, of course. Psychologically, sexuality is a means to express the fullness of love between a man and a woman. So sexuality is a ingredients of love. Biologically, it is the means through which a child is conceived and the lineage is passed on the next generation. So in biological, sex is the way to have or to multiple the number of people here in Earth. Human sexuality is the way people experience and express themselves sexually. This involves biological, erotic, physical, emotional, social, or spiritual feelings and behaviors. Aspects of human sexuality. The biological and physical aspect of sexuality largely concern the human reproductive functions, including the human sexual response cycle. Someone's sexual orientation and influence that person's sexual interest and attraction for the another person. Attraction between man and a woman. Physical and emotional aspects of sexuality include bonds between individuals that are expressed through profound feelings or physical manifestation of love, trust, and care. So, obviously, sexuality will arouse if 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 men and women have feelings like love, trust, and care to each other. Social aspects deal with the effects of human society on one's sexuality, while spiritually concerned an individual spiritual connection with others. Sexuality also affects and is affected by cultural, political, legal, philosophical, moral, ethical, and religious aspect of life. Interest in sexual activity typically increases when an individual reaches puberty. So, sexuality, it will come or it will be experienced during puberty age or in age like 18 above. Opinions differ on the origins of an individual's sexual orientation and sexual behavior. Some argue that sexuality is determined by genetics, while others believe in the molded by the environment, or that both of these factors interact to form the individual's sexual orientation. The sexual response cycle is model that describes the physiological responses that occur during sexual activity. This model was created by William Masters and Virginia Johnson. This model was called the IPOR model. According to the Master and Johnsons, the human sexual response cycle consists of four phases: the excitement, the pleasure, orgasm, and resolution, what we call the IPOR model. And the first phase is the excitement. Excitement During the excitement phase of the IPOR model, one attains the intrinsic motivation to have sex. So the men and the women have an attraction to each other where they arouse where they have a trust to each other or they have love for each other. In the second phase, the Plato is a precursor to orgasm, which may be mostly biological for men and mostly psychological for women. So in this stage, it will I it it will arouse the sexual activities like eating and other uh, is the third response is the orgasm. It's the release of tension and the resolution period in the unaroused state before the cycle begins again. So in this stage, a man will release his endorphins or his sperm during their sexual. In the last stage, in the resolution phase, the male is now in an aroused state consisting of refractory or rest period before the cycle can begin. This rest period will increase with age. With age. So in the last phase, uh, both men and women are resting for their so unti-unti nang mawala ang kalibugan or their sensation from each other. Maybe the man will take a nap and a woman will have some food or some leisure to forget those scenes. So those are the four model or the sexual response cycle, which are the excitement, the pleasure, the orgasm, and the resolution. So thank you for listening. I hope you gain some knowledge. So thank you.